Hello, my name is James Lamke, and this is my film analysis of the documentary Crip Camp. Um, Crip Camp is a documentary about a camp for disabled children and how it became the starting place of the Americans with Disabilities Rights movement. The first really cool thing that I noticed was that the film was produced by Michelle and Barack Obama. I know they do that kind of work, it's just not something that I really expected, but it's really cool. And the way the film was kind of created was they had footage of the campers at Camp Jeanette, which would have been around the 1970s. Footage of the movement starting, and they had interviews of adults who um, were maybe participants in the movement, maybe played vital roles, or they were campers at Camp Jeanette, or maybe even did both. Um, the first really important concept that I noticed that the film kind of highlighted was how people in wheelchairs or maybe they had extensive like physical handicaps didn't they didn't get like the proper care that they kind of get today. They just didn't have access to things that almost anyone has access to, like things like public transportation, maybe the possibility of employment. I mean, even things as simple as like the sidewalk ramps that you see today. That kind of stuff is a result of this movement, which I thought was really cool. I also found it really inspiring how the camp seemed to serve as a place of healing for disabled children. They, they, they had footage of like very mature talks, especially for children, and discussions going on about the things they were going through, and it almost gave like a therapeutic um, sort of feeling for it for these children, and it also helps the audience realize like probably why this camp played such a vital role in the starting of the movement. Um, and at first, I also kind of felt bad that I had never realized that it was not so long ago that disabled people um, didn't just didn't have access to the things they have today. You know what I mean? A lot of that stuff can be hard, but they were almost treated as outcasts, except for maybe the loved ones that they had as caretakers, or maybe they could afford a caretaker. But it was extremely hard for them, and they lived some very hard lives. Um, I think the film did a wonderful job of really portraying to the audience what disabled people were fighting for and why it took so long for their voices to be heard. Um, and I found it, I also like another thing I found interesting was that they highlighted how there was kind of like a hierarchy of different disabilities within that world. That was something people, debated over or had problems with. And I mean, the film even included groups like the Black Panthers, and other groups that, helped the Americans with Disability Rights movement, and played a vital role there. And overall, I think the film did like a really excellent job of teaching the audience something about this movement, something that I feel like a lot of people don't really know about. I mean, I had never heard of it, and they even mentioned that in the film. Like it's something that people don't really know about, and it may be because I'm younger, and I feel like a lot of people in my generation um, could really benefit from learning about this. Thank you.